have little breadsticks.
Alright, guys, just doing a quick little update. Um, we have some issues, guys, but first, let's listen to this.
Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. Little bad moon
Alright, reason I'm going to be doing this is I've been finding some information out that irritates the hell out of me. First things first, another government overreach, I guess you could call it. They are trying to go to, I'll get a screen share so that you guys can see this. To me, this is just retarded. Let's see, screen capture. Here we go. Alright. It's going to be pretty simple. I don't know if you guys can read it. I will read quite a bit for you, and I'll even put the link once I get this uploading. Sorry about the cam, but the other one kind of stopped. Oh, come on. There we go. Hell with you. Alright. Basically, it says the Obama administration has scolded Apple for refusing to provide the government with software to help it unlock an iPhone used by one of the San Bernardino shooters. They're claiming it's just the San Bernardino shooter that they'll go to for the phone. But come on, guys. If Apple made that type of software or that type of help or any instrument that would would allow the CIA, the FBI, and any of the other alphabetical, unconstitutional organizations to get into your iPhone, to any iPhone, you honestly think they would just stop and say, oh, well, we didn't intend it for this purpose, so we can't use it? They don't give a shit about the Constitution. Why should they give a shit about what you consider to be your personal privacy? I mean, come on. The CIA had a heart attack gun, and as far as we know, they're still using it. In a motion filed Friday, the Department of Justice dismissed Apple's objections, which the company says are necessary to protect users' privacy from the government as a marketing strategy. That's what the Department of Justice is claiming, that, oh, well, you really don't care about the user's privacy. It's just a marketing strategy. And yet I'm looking at Apple. They're already really good at their marketing. They're great at being able to get people to buy iPhones and iPads. Hell, I've got an iPad. Well, my wife's got it, but I get to use it most of the time since I know electronics. But the thing is, look at this, guys. Apple, everybody's already using Apple as much as they can. And the Department of Justice dismissed Apple's objections on, we can't make this because that'll be a danger to our users' privacy. Apple, right now, at this time, is trying to protect your privacy. But the FBI is saying, no, we need to have you get this because we're too damn stupid to actually figure out how to do it ourselves. Somebody, my wife said somebody had talked to or had stated, if the CIA and the FBI haven't been able to crack into that phone, what makes you think Apple can? And I explained to her, Apple made the phone. They would be able to figure out a proper way. The motion filed with the U.S. District Court for Central District of California argues that the Apple CEO, Tim Cook, misled the public in his fiery open letter about the company's refusal to comply with Magistrate Judge Sherry Pym's February 16th order. The order does not, as Apple's public statement alleges, require Apple to create or provide a backdoor to every iPhone, the government concluded. It does not provide hackers and criminals access to iPhones. It does not require Apple to hack its own users or to decrypt its own phones. It does not give the government the power to reach into anyone's device without a warrant or court authorization, and it does not compromise the security of personal information. Based on Apple's recent public statement and other statements by Apple, the government wrote, Apple's current refusal to comply with the court's order despite the technical feasibility of doing so instead appears to be based on its concern for its business model and public brand marketing strategy. Basically, they're saying, they're concerned about making money instead of being slaves to the government and following orders like good little people, good little slaves. Basically, the government saying, you're gonna pick cotton for me, boy. And the Apple's like, I ain't gonna do that. I got a nice little field of my own to pick. I got my own little farm that I'm doing, and the government's wanting to turn them into slaves. You know, to me, it's bullshit. I'll have you guys read the rest, but basically, what I'm seeing here is, again, an unconstitutional government is trying to destroy all privacy, all freedom that they can, so they can just keep control. Now, that is the first one. The second one, and this is kind of a little bit of a rant, but you know what? I'm going to just have you guys read it eventually. I'm going to read the first few paragraphs, basically, but this is Feds issue warning on revenge threats, R.E. Malheur. Basically, it is responding to a tide of threats in the wake of the standoff at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge near Burns, Oregon. Federal authorities are warning law enforcement agencies around the nation to be on the lookout for retaliatory violence from extremists affiliated with the anti-government movement. Now I'm going to pause right there. They weren't they weren't an anti-government movement. They were an anti-corrupt government movement. They were a pro-constitutional government movement. They wanted the government to go back to the constitutional basics and stop putting their hands in all the citizens' pockets, stop taking land that they unconstitutionally, what our forefathers said you can't do. They wanted basically the federal government to do its damn job within the Constitution and stay within the Constitution and stop trying to break loose and make us all slaves. Again, the slavery aspect, or basically kill us all. This is the kind of thing that is there. They don't want people to stand up. They're issuing warnings to watch out for people who find it offensive that they murdered a American citizen in cold blood. No, not murdered. Assassinated. That's even more nefarious if I'm thinking properly here. They assassinated Lavoy Finicum. They made it so he had nowhere to go, and him being the hero, being the loving American he was, got out of the vehicle. He knew that somebody was going to die, and it was most likely him. I'm pretty sure he was hoping there was some way he could live, but he was going to do his damnedest to try to make sure that those in the vehicle with him had a better chance at living than he did. So he tried to draw, by everything I saw, he tried to draw fire to him, but peacefully. He had his hands up. We can argue that 150 billion years, and closed-minded people will just never actually fully understand it. But those who are listening to this are pretty open-minded. So honestly, there you go. You pretty much are thinking the same thing I am. These are the same people. This is what the government is saying. This is saying, oh, we assassinated one of their American heroes. Oh, let's hope they don't get pissed off. Oh no, they're getting pissed off. We better make a warning to our law enforcement officers so that when we're ready, we can tell them to crack down on anybody who feels the Constitution is the right way to go. In response to the news of the arrests, and it's talking about Ammon Bundy's Citizens for Constitutional Freedom. Come on, that's an awesome thing. Some militia extremists and their supporters have called for violence or unspecified nationwide action against law enforcement, federal facilities, and U.S. government employees. The bulletin, issued jointly by the Department of Homeland Security, an ABC unconstitutional organization, and the FBI. Alright, I'll let you guys read that later. I'm going to put both links into my thing, but here's the thing, guys. It's really simple. This is bullshit. They're trying to make it sound like we have a big issue. Now, here's the thing that you got to think about. Tomorrow, Mike Soror and quite a few other patriots are going to be over there doing a small rally, or hopefully it's a big one, but it'll be a small rally over there in Bay City, I believe it is. And they're going to be basically doing a vigil for Lavoy Finicum, and just that. But what they're saying is unspecified nationwide action against law enforcement, federal facilities, and U.S. government employees. Wouldn't unspecified nationwide action, couldn't that also be considered holding a sign saying the government killed Lavoy Finicum? Wouldn't that also be standing in front of a courthouse asking for the FBI to go home? Well, I do understand this is their home, but to go back to their offices instead of occupying armed occupation of this town, Burns, Oregon, that I live in. Just standing there peacefully, but that does fall under the unspecified nationwide action against law enforcement, federal facilities, and U.S. government employees. That bulletin basically gives them a wide open, well, if you see them acting against you, that could be an issue. Be aware of that. They don't care if you have a constitutional right to bear arms, or free speech, or free press, or any of the Constitution, because they have killed the Constitution, guys, and we are reviving it. Keep listening to me. I will give you updates. I will give you information the best I can. But for now, this is Lynx Savad, John Davis, The Bad Moon Rising.
I see the bad moon rising.
Okay. Hopefully you heard that. So if you didn't hear it, I might have had that thing muted. As always, find the truth, speak the truth, be the truth. And as always, be constitutional. Have a good night.